live for you guys that I try to give as much game as possible to you guys, man. Like on the humble, on the freebie. So right now, what you're watching is I'm streaming live on 2 of my Facebook pages as well as YouTube. I'm using a platform called StreamYard. StreamYard allows me to, simultaneously broadcast on multiple platforms. And then on my phone, unfortunately, Instagram be tighten the ass and shit. So I have to go on my phone to stream for Instagram. But I wanted to share this with you guys because I just did something yesterday that I think will be very beneficial to you guys if you decide that you want, if you're just pursuing being an entrepreneur, being a better entrepreneur. So yesterday I took a marketing DNA test. Has anybody on here ever taken a marketing DNA test before? Have anybody type in 1 if you ever took a marketing DNA test? Type in 2 if you've never even heard of it. This is a very, very, very valuable thing I'm going to show you guys because a lot of times we are, as entrepreneurs, as future business moguls and magnates, right? We're always looking to concentrate really hard on our weaknesses, right? Not knowing what our true strengths are. Because if you understand what your true strengths are, you can double up on it, right? And then once you double up on it, you can hire somebody else to work on your weaknesses. That's how we should be approaching this thing on an executive level, right? So, real quick, I want to show you guys my screen on what it looked like. Let me see if it'll let me do that. I want to share my screen with you guys. And shout out to you guys. Happy Sunday. Happy blessed Sunday to you guys too. Share screen. Okay. The Chrome tab. Okay, so I pulled up 2 of them, right? So the first one, I'm going to show you the one that I took. This is the marketing DNA test right here. So this is the website I would recommend. Like if you guys are looking to do a marketing DNA test, what a marketing DNA test is basically, it's like a personality test, but it asks you certain questions. What are you most likely to do in this situation? What are you least likely to do in this situation? So when I took my marketing DNA test, I took one 5 years ago. So it's been a long time since that. So my mind has completely shifted since then. This one is by Perry Marshall. For those that do not know who Perry Marshall is, Perry Marshall created the 80-20 book for sales and marketing. Phenomenal book. I mean, like if you read this book, you will change your life for sure, because there's no way that you can absorb that type of information and then not act on it, right? It's like finding out like about slavery. Be like, oh shit, like you'll never go back to the original state of mind. So I took this marketing DNA test. If you buy the book, you will get a free code for you to get the marketing DNA test for free. So I actually bought the book, but if you guys didn't want to, waste time and buy the book and stuff, I think he's doing it for $37. Now, mind you, I don't get no bread from this. I just want to share with you what has helped me double up on my strengths. And because sometimes you don't know what your strengths are, right? You think that you're really solid in this area because maybe it comes easy to you, but that's really not your strength. Sometimes you need that eagle flying over the jungle and say, hey, lion, there is a water buffalo over there. Hey, Miss Team Brooks, there's a zebra over there. Hey, London Dagans, there's an alligator just sleeping over there that you can eat. sometimes you need that eagle flying over the jungle to point out where the food is so you're not working as hard. So this one is $37, right? So let me show you real quick so this one is Eric Thomas. And if you guys know about Eric Thomas, I love Eric Thomas, by the way. This is the next one that I'm actually going to purchase. This one is called the Extreme Execution Flight Program. So basically they're taking the concept of a pilot, a watch commander, what's the other one? Yeah, so let me see if you guys can actually listen to it. So this one is for the pilot. So when you take the test, it will let you know, do you fall under the pilot category? Do you see business as a pilot? So a pilot would fall under this category, determines one's tendency in solving problems and making decisions with little or no time to think about what you are doing instinctively. Instinctively. How do you approach problems? How do you make decisions? These individuals are task-oriented, direct, and carry a let's get it done mentality. Now, me personally, I feel that I may be a pilot, but I might take that test and then it tells me I'm something completely different, right? The next one will be the flight attendant. The flight attendant, this area measures a person's preference for interacting with others and expressing emotions. Individuals who measure high on this spectrum have a natural disposition. These individuals tend to have lots of energy and easily connect, vibe with passengers. So you may fall under this category. This is so useful, you guys, because we need those type of assessments. This is like, I don't know if you ever, got a job someplace, and sometimes these corporate companies have you take tests like this to see if you are even qualified to be in the position that you're applying for. And they say, you know what, this person displays more skills in this area here. We feel that they'll be more equipped to be over here. So this is something great to have just in your arsenal so you can double up on your strengths. The next one is grounds crew. Those individuals who identify strongly with the group prefer a pace and workflow within a given environment. I know a lot of people like that. They are usually natural supporters within a team dynamic and prefer a slower pace and require additional time to adapt to change. They live by specific routine, process for how they like to execute their tasks. So some people might fall under the grounds crew, right? The next one and this the final one, is the air traffic control. Now, a lot of you guys may not know, I actually, when I enrolled into the Navy, that was actually my goal. My goal was to work at air traffic control, but I might not have the personality for that, right? So the air traffic control, this segment measures one tendencies for dealing with rules, protocols, standards, and procedures. These individuals are typically systematic in their approach to everything, very detail oriented, and prefer to complete the task correctly the first time. Now, if you guys want the link, you guys can go onto my Facebook page. I put the link so you can actually access, click the link if you decide that you want to do it. Now, Eric Thomas assessment is a little bit higher. I believe it's $147 for this one. I'm gonna get it because I just want to know what my strengths are. I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of audio books. I apply a lot of the stuff that I'm learning. So naturally, my mindset and my decision-making process changes, right? So this is my test that I recently just took. Let me see if you guys are able to see this, right? So 5 years ago, I took this test. 5 years ago, and I finally took the test again yesterday. Let me make sure that StreamYard is showing that page. Nope. It is not. So I apologize, YouTube and Facebook. You guys didn't get to see it, but I will throw it on there so you guys can see it. Hold on one second. Let me show you my marketing assessment test and what it said about me. Share screen. Google tab. And this one is mine. Oh no. That's the wrong one. Sorry. And if you guys have any questions, type them in the chat section, please. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Okay, cool. So this here, I literally took this yesterday at 6 p.m. So basically it says, this is the off of the Perry Marshall course, right? This is my score. This is my score. So this is my marketing DNA score. Now, 5 years ago, my score didn't look nothing like this at all, right? So now it looks like I'm teeter-tottering between the scores right now, between producer. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the alchemist side of things. Recorded, I'll explain to you what those are in a second. Words versus images, analytics versus empathy. So right here, it shows you that I am very good at recorded images and live. What I dislike is analytics and words, which is true. Like the more and more that I'm doing things, the more I hate analytics, but I use it because I know that is part of growing a successful business. But I'm gonna have to hire somebody that is good with data analytics, metrics, and stuff, so they can be like, "Hey, look, we need to go this direction because this is the audience that we're reaching," right? So, what does it say about me? The communication strengths you most naturally lead with are. So they're saying that I'm more like a cinematographer, right? So you are a visual artist, a video editor, either literally or figuratively. You tell enduring stories using imaginary as a medium, or imagery, I'm sorry, as a medium. You have a keen awareness of the effect of still and moving pictures on emotions and memory. You speak to people in a language that they can't express or articulate back to you, but which nonetheless moves them deeply. Your contribution can turn an ordinary story or presentation into something captivating and long lasting. Okay, so so I have to like consciously say, all right, well, according to my answers, according to the way I answered those questions on the marketing DNA test, this is what it is computing and saying back to me. Now I have to have a heightened sense of awareness. Eric Thomas talks about this all the time. He says a lot of high performers, they have a very heightened sense of awareness. So if you understand what your strengths and your weaknesses are, you can work on them or you can start to farm them out. So I said, okay, look. So it's still taking me a time to like digest that part. Another thing, my second thing is that I nail it on the first take. This is true because I do a lot of my live videos. Like you guys don't see a lot of recorded videos from me. I'm doing live videos right there on the fly. It's not scripted. It's like, let's go, let's rock and roll, boom, right? So it says, you get lasting results the first time out. You bring the necessary amount of planning, foresight, practice, discipline, and objectives to deliver the goods on the spot, yet making lasting contributions on one fell swoop. You sometimes wonder why everyone can't get it right like you do, and this can create tension with team members. It's possible for you to be a one-man band, which I totally don't want to be, right? Hold on one second. Which I totally do not want to be. I do not want to be a one-man band. I want to be more of a team player. But you only achieve your greatness potential with producers, managers, and innovators or inventors. So I like being around other creative people. I like people that I just like being around people that have their own strengths, and then I could just like, you know, add my strengths to it and help them build more value into whatever else that they do. I won't go into the other two of stuff, but this just to show you guys exactly what that looks like. So what do I recommend? I would highly recommend that you get a marketing DNA test for yourself. It will help you out in the long run. You'll be able to understand your strengths and weaknesses, and then, you know, also know who to hire. Know who to hire that can add to your weaknesses. Like they recommend that I get with a person that is an alchemist, right? An alchemist is able to create an environment around what I do already. So I thought it was great, and I think you guys would get a lot of value out of that. I want to show you guys Rise of the Smart Notary and Still I Rise is on pre-sale right now. Volume 3, release date May 2022. If you guys want an honorable mention, a shout out in the book, go to tigertoledo.com, click the link, pre-order the book. I will make sure that you get an honorable mention in the book. This is my chance to make you immortal and live forever. If you don't know about my history of my books, both of my books hit #1 bestseller, and they are still, even to this day, top 10 bestseller on Amazon, and they're in Barnes and Noble all across the world. So this is your chance to live forever. Also, if you guys want to cop some fresh gear, I got the notary store over here, right? I got the notary cash flow store. You guys can get some hoodies that say notary on there, t-shirts, mugs, socks, all type of dope shit. Also, the Notary War Room is on Audible, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so you guys can check that out. It's free. You guys can listen to the Notary War Room, see all the fantastic guests that I have on there, and then we can get it cracking. Other than that, you guys, I wish you guys the very best. Peace, love, and happiness and cash flow to all you guys. Salute, salute, salute. Peace.